Hey guys, welcome back to History Help for You. This is A-Level History Option 2J. We're going to be starting Topic 3, which is the outbreak of Civil War. So we go from just after 1845 up to 1861. Actually, sorry, it's 1854 to 1861. We're going to start off talking about Kansas-Nebraska, which then lead to Bleeding Kansas and then Bleeding Sumner. So what is the Kansas-Nebraska Act? This was made by Stephen Douglas in 1854. He was pretty selfish, to be honest. He decided, I want to build a railroad which goes from the city where I live, which was in Illinois, all the way across America. To do that, though, they need to sort out the territories of Kansas and Nebraska. So they'd have to become states. As a Democrat, Stephen Douglas, him being himself, really loved the idea of popular sovereignty, so he wanted to introduce that to the people of Kansas and Nebraska, so they could say, "Oh, I want this to be a free state or a slave state." However, as you'll see in the next slide, this doesn't really work. Especially because you have fraudulent votes, and you also have some presidential intervention. This repealed the Missouri Compromise, because I'm sure, as you all know, as you've hopefully seen in my previous video, Missouri Compromise was a line pretty much created to prevent pretty much the issue of slavery, where nothing above the line could become a slave state, the exception being Missouri. Kansas and Nebraska were both above the Missouri Compromise line, so they repealed it because, you're still talking about slavery when people had already thought that, the Missouri Compromise it's already been sorted. Why are we still going? This created Bleeding Kansas. That's a place-up of President Pierce. So violence broke out because of people fraudulently trying to sway the vote in their favour. You had quite a few people from Missouri. I think you had 3,000 armed civilians come from Missouri to create some violence and make sure they got their way, pretty much. Two separate governments were created. So the Compton government, which was supported by Pierce, which was in favour of slavery, and the Topeka government, which was anti-slavery. Bleeding Kansas, some would say it was a slight foreshadowing of the war, because you had like two sides fighting, North and South fighting in a controlled area. You could even say it, the conflict happening in Kansas was a microcosm of the war yet to come. You could put that in your essay. That'd probably sound pretty nice. And now I'm wishing I put that in my essay. This and the Kansas-Nebraska, which were caused, it all led to Bleeding Sumner, which was when Charles Sumner, who was a senator in Massachusetts, which is way up north, was attacked by Preston Brooks. He was a Democrat. He obviously liked slavery, had quite a few slaves, and Sumner criticised the Kansas-Nebraska Act. Douglas and Andrew Butler, he actually made some remarks about Butler having sexual activities with his slaves, so I'm sure that probably riled Brooks up quite a bit. So much so that he attacked Sumner under his desk. He was unconscious. He went to the hospital, and his injuries were that bad he never fully recovered. You had two different sides. Sumner was seen as a martyr. He'd been a victim of some southern brutality, some violence, and had taken it. In the South, Brooks was seen as a hero for finally standing up to the Northerners, I guess. beating the living daylights out of him. Apparently, makes you a hero. Bit questionable. But yeah, Brooks was seen as a hero. He was actually given Kane replacements. He also received quite a few messages saying, "Yeah, here's a Kane. Go beat him up again," which was very polite. The Southerners, especially for a man who was just trying to criticise the Kansas-Nebraska, which pretty much failed anyway because you had fraudulent votes throughout pretty much the entire thing. So it was constantly swaying, and then it probably shouldn't have happened anyway because obviously Missouri Compromise. But yeah, I got repealed from the Missouri Compromise. No, sorry, the Missouri Compromise, which got repealed from the Compromise of 1850. God, I just don't like listening to Missouri Compromise, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do some more videos of this as soon as possible, and then as soon as I've done that, I'm gonna start popping out Tudors videos for Henry VIII, and then I'm gonna go work on my other channel, sort some stuff out for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.